Another wonderful day, another beautiful day, another fine day. And we get together and we have conversations, and we get together and we talk, and we get together and we talk. We talk to people who are making things happen in our community. We talk to people who are making headlines. We talk about people who are making headlines in our community. We talk people, you talk activities, you talk people, you talk situations, you talk people, you talk circumstances, you talk people, you talk about the things that are happening. It's going to be a fine conversation. And like I said, this is not a part of Toridey. We look like news, where we look around the community, look around, look at the things that have happened all this while, and then we get to discuss them. We get to share our opinion on these things. And if any person the way you want to share your own opinion, if you either do one for comment section, or if you either hit us directly with a call or something and you share your opinion. But again, like I talk, it's going to be an interesting segment. Like I talk, it'll be a yeah. What really make I made the thing get out that podcast kind of vibe. Like I said, it's going to be an exceptional segment because so many things that happen for community. The one that if we talk about, I will talk about them. The one that will know if we talk about, I will not talk about them. I am not supposed to talk about everything. I'm not supposed to have an opinion on everything. Maybe all you want know. And even some of the things why they talk to, even they say are perfect, but some other stuff in the way I will share my deepest opinion because I really get deep understanding of how these things that they work. So many things that don't happen, so many things that happen. Just before I even started the show, I was hit with another news, another very hard news, when a young man, especially a young man with a vision, especially a young man who is very supportive, especially a young man who is there for one for others, especially a young man who has so much potential, losing life just like that. For 2026, for something we don't exist, for some situation don't exist for more than how many years, and you will never still get solution. You start to ask yourself, and when things are like this happen, now one of that moments that we I did ever tell people and say, think, what if it was you? Um, what if it was you? What if it was somebody that was really close to you? What if it was somebody that? What if it was somebody that you knew? Uh, the what if they ever plenty? The what if they really, 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 really plenty? But they are necessary what if, because that is how we start planning. That is how we start looking at life differently. We start realizing, hey, all these, back and forth, we unnecessary back and forth, would they ever jump into for proof this or that point? We start realizing, man, it don't make any sense. It don't make any sense. You start use your tongue or count your teeth. Because that's what's necessary. That's what's important. Maybe really just about how we feel. In most cases, now mostly about where the way world is heading to, and whether we like them or not, we get for start consider, we get for start think, we get for start ask ourselves crazy, 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 crazy questions. Oh God, yeah, we lost a young man. He was on Toridey at some point. Um, Gilbert Connect, Gilbert Connect. Ah, God, it's sad. It's sad. It's really really sad for see some young man like that one just into thin air. Um, Alex was a nice guy. Alex was a nice guy. I don't even know how to talk about When we had him on Toridey, the conversation was just smooth. The conversation was just good. The conversation was inspiring. The conversation was um, you saw somebody who left Nigeria, came to Cameroon for a project. Somebody who is a celeb, super popular, but they were so simple. It's obvious. It's obvious they came to Cameroon with the intention of of showcasing Cameroon, supporting Cameroonians. He's gone. He's gone. I don't know if I should say it's alleged or, but we already see so many people don't post them, especially so many industry people. They were not thinking the one just post that kind of thing because they want posts. Even Nigeria, I think see some popular blogs and for Nigeria don't post them. But we'll still get for verify. We'll verify them. Then we'll, at that point in time, we feel confirm. We feel confirm. Um, wow, this one I really wow. Now we would if you would fight left and right, would fight day in day out. Two would fight now we no man no. So man actually say wait to the fight, wait to talk on if you explain. But we think say now for the fight now be the solution. Fighting never ever produce any real solution. Fighting never ever. Hi, shout out to everyone who is watching. If you're watching, let me know where you're watching. If you can drop a comment or something to just let us know the volume is okay, it will be great, please, because I cannot check the volume. My phone did for 1%, and apparently it shows say my phone gets moisture for, and if you charge them, and if you charge them right now until maybe after some time. We'll talk about a few things, and we'll talk about Samuel too. We'll talk about football. We'll talk about Africa footy. Obviously, they were in a good time. We'll talk about Canon versus Unisport match. We'll talk about I see some videos online where I really want more discuss some of them. We'll talk about some group of friends. Then we I was online the other day. I was researching something, and then I fall for some video only for me to want to see that video. Now, some my childhood friends and they for the um we'll talk about Fali concerts. We'll talk about yeah, thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the love. Guys, go ahead and let me know if you can hear me very well, please. Any person who is watching, just comment. Let me know if you're watching. If you can hear me. We'll talk about Fali concert. We'll talk most importantly, the main topic today is now Panjo Kevin. He passing. Um Hmm. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Karu, down south movie. We'll talk about Tapang Ivo. There's something I just feel like sharing about Tapang Ivo. Not just Tapang Ivo. We use Tapang Ivo like the individual, but there's so many other persons around the conversation. I feel like we can learn a thing or two from talking about them. Award ceremonies for Cameroon, for Africa around the world. What do you think about that? We'll have a small conversation on. Um, hmm. I tried to do once in some kind sports. I think so. We'll figure out in that time. Which now one of the conversations that I don't always want to get it's about our community, and the one thing we don't hold our community together and stronger for a very long time, but we actually ignore them. We'll talk about Kevin Hart. We'll talk about Cameroonians and Cameroon. We'll talk about Michael Jackson. I watched the Michael Jackson movie this weekend we passed, and it was something else. I I don't even know if I should start saying I encourage everyone to go watch and things like that, but it was just more than what I thought. We'll talk about AMVCE. So award ceremony for Nigeria. I know why we'll talk about that one. And then we'll already start talking about Alex Ekubo passing. We'll talk about the BAFO convention in the probably election way it come up. Like I said, this segment for Toridey probably every Monday or Tuesday go be like news. Go be like news because this is where we get together. This is where we get together. We talk about things the way they happen for our community, things the way they happen, especially maybe the weekend where you just come off for pass, or things the way it could happen. We throw out the topics out there, pam, 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 and they will discuss them. If any person want call, let us know. If you open phone lines, may call. If any person get any contribution for make them, if you always do them for comment section. Likanju saluto. Okay, my brother Okole Yotin. Yotin. Share Frederick, shout out. Guys, go ahead and share. Go ahead and share. Go ahead and share. Okole Yotin. Okay. So yeah, more start from beginning. Fika Food inauguration for your office. I think it's happening on Wednesday, and so many people they expect will be Cameroon for that particular inauguration. And yeah, I was actually talking and we're making plans, but things are not actually good. We be careful go, so I know will be for this one. But maybe other events that will come. I'll go down for Cameroon, because of just that events. Then, um, wonderful project. Project we don't take us more than 25 years because it started. I think in 2010. It was started by Iya Mohammed. If Iya if he finish the project, that Iya for right now he's probably the best figure for president we don't get them because first of all, he not only win trophies for Cameroon. The football be really over bad time Iya be the president, and not just that. He started the project for bill and office. When a very fine thing. Unfortunately, finish them and Samuel Etuna don't come finish them. Now, the funny thing about this whole project is people actually saying Samuel Etuna if he celebrate this project as a win for him because Num Naibi start them. So one day say Samuel Etuna if he use this project for any reasons because he football not about building offices, football not about building soccer fields, maybe can play for the and whatever any kind of person they talk, it correct. It correct. The same way with me to which me I'll talk for you today, correct. Now, this is how I look at it. I saw a screenshot somewhere where someone posted somewhere where Samuel Eto'o was actually criticizing Iya Mohammed when he started the project. I don't know if it's an AI something we don't just generate and now for bring controversy. But if that screenshot is actually true, the way to be the difference between Samuel Eto'o criticizing the office, the headquarter now and back then. Way be criticized back then and now. Back then when they criticized them, I think that was in 2010 or maybe a few years later. When we get the number of fields that we'll get on today. Today for Cameroon, I will tell you so for Southwest, we'll get at least 2 field away. If Onis of Bel Joseph Antoine be maintain them, would they be fine? They don't make 1 field for Bameda. Almost every region now get 1 good grass field where picking the field, climb on top, they play football, they enjoy. I think that is some progress. I think that is some progress. So right now, if you only focus on field, we will not get headquarter. You remember, I say headquarter. Now play where they receive sponsor. Now place where they receive donors. Now play where they receive partners. How you think say you want me a headquarter look if we find money for put them for football? I think it was just a big and a good move. And mind you, when the guy be the run for president of FICAFO, that was one of the things he promised he was going to deliver on. I will make sure I complete this project. So shout out to Samuel Eto'o, shout out to FICAFO. Shout out to every person where if he say no better than FICAFO. Shout out to every person where if you say, oh, wait, we need a right now, maybe headquarter, we need a football field, though we already have enough football fields. That's on you. Canon versus Unisport. Man, it was a crazy game. First of all, I saw how for semi Canon player they enter for feed, they carried them up, they know how many they have touchdown. Realized they even deny for use locker room. Like it was one of those games where it's Yaoundé versus Western region. So it's like center versus Western region. One of those duels back then when I was playing, they make una want to understand, say, hey, you want to then a one man die. It prim for that kind of match, you worry. However, the game ends 0-0. Ends 0-0, and for most people, especially for Canon, a victory for them because the last two games of Unisport play inside a field, it win one person 6-0, it win one other person 8-0. So Canon be the camp for them, no say if he bad as he bad had, they will take the 2 or 3. Fortunately for them, they end 0-0. So I think they can only consider them a very big win inside Bafang. One thing I really liked about the whole situation was, first of all, the crowd. It just looks beautiful to see the play ball for Cameroon for nights. You see how people, they don't come off for their work and every other thing, they can't watch the game. And even after that, whenever you hear about any incident and things like that, you see how supportive the population did. You see how very friendly. Talking about them being friendly, we see Unisport president, Tawe Kanong, they made their creed again. He go join with them. He make their creed again with them. Or we see Kanong president, he go join with Unisport. That way Unisport, they make his own small, sing his own anthem. That is the fair play we're looking for. In as much as both teams define way for be champion or for be whatever for that season, there is still need for fair play. There is still need for us to understand, say, we be brothers, we be family, we just one playing a football, no man no going for die after this. So shout out to both teams. By the way, Unisport is actually at the top of the league. Man, they're just killing everything that is showing up, especially for their arena. Doing wonderfully well. I like the organization around them. At yes, they get small money palaver, small money problem. But if you look at the turnout, the number of people they come back for FIFA can watch game. I hear the other day they talk, say Unisport make about 5 million for gate fee. The other day they say they make about 3 million. That is just what we are asking for people to do. We need to ask you, maybe get it club then 10 million. No, we ask you, I say every day, just now 4 games they play for 1 month, or maybe 6 games they play for 1 month. One of that game they maybe ticket na 500 or 1,000. Just schedule your 500 or 1,000, go pay, enter, watch your game. That is how we finance these clubs. That is how we take these clubs to a level where the visa compete with other clubs for South Africa. Shout out to Unisport, shout out to their president, shout out to the supporters. I see them too, do not start sing anthem. They too they get their own small anthem, they sing but it's just fun. It is just fun. When I know how many people they benefit from every game where Unisport play today. They play as a benefit because they win game, they make their prim. The coaches them, they benefit. The president, where they manage a club like a business, it benefit. That woman they say granite, say water, say this, say that. That people then they cut ticket. Oh, see a whole bunch of people where they benefit from just one soccer game. That is the reason why we go for push soccer and get to that level where people they come back for fee. People that they support, people that they invest. So as you chop for you, at the chop for the other man, the chop for the other man, the chop for the other side. I saw a crazy video the other day of this family where they go back for go bury their person for village, and apparently they don't get a good road, they don't get a good bridge, they get like these hangover bridges. And so at some point in time, and that hangover bridges now know there's a particular number of people who are supposed to be on the bridge at a particular time. So they give us a level where they give a transport the cops inside coffin over that bridge. People they give a car over their head. Man, I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, that's your country. That's Cameroon. In 2026, we still have villages like that. My boss, your bobo, even for inside America, we still get villages there. They get that same bridge. We still get places where they call them countries over here. We still get country the way they not get tarred roads, they get muddy roads, regular muddy roads. And you even get to some place for go for the person or the people that are village, you get for climb under through that kind of bridge and things like that. These are not bad things. These are not some things that were like, oh, come on for suicide. No, now regular thing where they see happen all around the world. The only thing way for me, it's not normal for day now the effort with the people they put For carry person we don't die for town. Maybe the person don't even live most of his life now for town. For one go bury you for village. My question now, what be the difference? What be the difference when if you bury the man for town for whatever side be the live, when I feel like say no, when I'm carry him for head, struggle, suffer all kind of way, when I must go bury for village. And that is the same thing that is happening even in the diaspora. You see some person go die for you, one die, don't forget 1,000 for your account. If they die, don't live like human, like 2 or 3 picking them. Community they for the struggle, we see how they feel bury you. I hear a family for Cameroon, they call, say, want to a cops, no one hear no nothing. On a same we were picking. So now when I only find money for bury the person, when I find money for send the cops for Cameroon, and maybe make burial for day and every other thing. And at the end of the day, no man even care about the human way the master leave him or the man with the human leave him. No care the bills the way go pay. Now the same way even people they come mostly for event, either for can show off or can chop, enjoy themselves. So when I saw that video, for me, it was not about, for Cameroon for 2026, they still not get bridge, they still use the hangover. No, because I don't travel deep inside America. I don't go to some kind of places. I realize village life, it still exists for all sides for the world. There is no part of this world that is completely developed because some people in the way they don't actually understand, say, no, na life that is what brings happiness. That is what brings peace. That is what is healthy. For live for that village setting where all their chop then at the season they grow up, their maggi at the season they make and their oil at the season they make. And if you look at them, they are happy, they are healthy. So those kind of places always exist. Like I said, seeing people on top of that hangover bridge was not my concern. My concern are why people they invest so much time for carry cough from their head from town to city because they want to go bury man or they will bury in that village. For me, I don't think that whole thing makes sense. Like I said, the other day I was on YouTube. So I was actually editing a video and then I needed some extra images for the video. So I decided to go on YouTube to get more information. So I Google cultural disease data, some video pop up. I played the video. And fortunately, it was a cultural video, it was traditional dance, traditional rites being performed, and traditional this going on. And then all of us will look closely into the video. I noticed I know the people inside the video. Not only I know most of the inside the video, my childhood friend, very close friend, was actually one of the key figures in the video, and he was dancing and he was performing all these rituals. He was doing all these things. I've said tight, close childhood friend. I get so many pictures of me and him when we were even young. This guy, you know that thing that they do when they dance Mali and all of that stuff them. Now, while people they comment on that, like, oh, they chop raw cocoa, oh, they chop raw this, oh, they chop that, oh, they people they get wish and things like that. The first thing that crossed my mind was, wow. So while we there for you to do whatever thing would you do, they travel the world, at the struggle, will run a media company and things like that. There is this other group of people who have decided, say, their own work and will protect with culture. Their own work now will continue dance juju. Their own work now will continue dance country dance. Their own work now will continue preserve with traditional museum. Their own work now will make sure that they know everything about country talk. Their own work now will make sure that they know all of these things will preserve them and then pass them down to the next generation. And I hope it will happen. I hope it will be preserved. The question now is how the people that they benefit from all of that. Because me, I am doing Toridey. I'm actually benefiting from Toridey. I'm making money from Toridey. I am actually Toridey actually the one way it will give me what I need and things like that. Now, when I see some person like this one, them also, where they invest so much time in not only doing research about our culture, they invest so much time in making sure, say, these things be preserved and passed down to the next generation at the right time. The question is, how are we supporting them? How you support that guy for your village? You never ever cover juju. Well, from the time you small on the dance juju, it entertain you, you like them, you enjoy them. How you support that people for village with their own traditional thing, one and a traditional chop, one especially the one they don't even for America and they are still doing those things. It means the value our culture for the level way they no one see and disappear. They organize small groups, small camps, small classes for educate Pekin on our culture, for teach the Pekin about Sawi, their papa and come and things like that. What are we doing for these people? These people are heroes. These are people who deserve to be celebrated. These are people who are supposed to be on some community payroll. Because now the MVP then that for we community. If not be people like that, we culture will disappear. Why are they for you the shock will do Toridey, fine boy thing, put my hat for back, wear headphone, print Toridey t-shirt, all of that stuff. There is some person, and one of them, like I said, my childhood friend, from somebody guy don't sacrifice his life, don't dedicate himself. It's only about culture. You know why you're nothing country. All country kind of thing they go dance juju. Even back when we were young, we were small, we go laugh, get time. I saw him the other day on that video, and that video was on very big channel. He did let go do some documentary, whatever. It was on very big channel. I saw him and I was like, wow. Now the kind of person the way you jog over she done sometimes you wake up, you send it some 50,000 or 100,000, say, Papa, I don't see what you do, and just hold one for your skin. Pay maybe that be, pay maybe that be. Like I said, that custodian in that for culture. Now people in that they preserve that valuable thing. We were great grandparents they hand down for we. While we are busy doing some other things and wanting to discover other things that we think are far more better than we culture, I think so we're going to find way for to support these people. Not only appreciate them, but also support them. Because Sawe it go broke or Sawe go crash now when it do all these things for protect our culture, for value our culture, for protect our for preserve our culture, and then if you even feed, if you send the picking for school, if you do any other thing. That is when it starts breaking them, and you see they start abandoning the thing also. Or you start to say they don't thief some anti-facts. You start to say they don't take juju, sell them for some side and things like that. Think about that guy we now don't carry on a village tradition for hate. Most of them, they see them for village. Most of them, they didn't there for village. Now they do all the libation. Now they know all these things them. How they work and they continue for not only practice them, for not only continue the culture, but they are making plans to pass it down to the next person where if you take and run. Think about those guys and make sure you support them for your own small way. Fally Ipupa, man, I looked at that guy's concert. I looked at Fally Ipupa's event the other day and I was like, wow. Fally Ipupa. I was like, wow. And then the first thing that crossed my mind was, which Cameroonian artists we don't be around? Because Fally don't be around for like 20 years. Which Cameroonian artists we don't be around with at this point in time, it be careful, kind of get a similar career to Fally Ipupa. I mean, not only pulling crowds around Cameroon, but traveling the world also, doing concerts and having the stadiums packed. The one person who crossed my mind is Magasco. Magasco not be because he's of this younger generation, but Magasco because he is one of those artists who caught in between the older generation and the younger generation. Magasco is naturally very gifted, very talented, can sing very well, can rap very well, can build beats, in no music. And he do one of these things that they call Mboku or so to be limited to no. Magasco na that very versatile artist way. If you go for dancehall, if you go for R&B, if you go for sawale, if you go for rock, if you do any kind of thing, if you do zumba, if you do rumba, if you do na zumba they call it na rumba, if you do any of those things out of Africa, and he don't do them, and he does it so well. And then with the amount of time where Magasco don't already do music, close to 15, 16 years to like Jovi, you understand? So getting close to 20. But the question I say when Magasco will get to 20, est-ce que Magasco will do concert for France, fill up a stadium? The answer is no. Est-ce que Magasco show up of America now, so if he fill up a 5,000 man stadium? The answer is no. Fally Ipupa filled up an 85,000 man arena. When are we going to start doing things like that from our community? Who go do them? Who the plan for do them? I don't say people like Stanley Eno that is dream. I don't say people like Kosi that is dream. But if you ask my opinion, people like Magasco now they be careful don't build that portfolio for we they fit do them. Now this brings me to something. One of the biggest challenge or one of the biggest drawback I don't notice you get them for community. Now say most of we come from that place where we're hungry. But once we walk and we reach some place where we don't start see small chop, we fit chop small, we just give up on the gym. We just forget about every other thing. We just start enjoy the small way day, just start flaunt the small way day, just start play big guy, just start play successful guy, and we leave it like that. people like Fally Ipupa, they dream and dream and dream. They continue to build relationships. They continue to network. They continue to invest. They continue to research. And like I talk, if it's easy for some person to pull that kind of thing, now person like Magaskowe, naturally he's funny, naturally he's friendly, naturally he's talented, naturally he has everything it takes to be a superstar, a world superstar. You don't see play Magasko the dance. Magasko can dance, Magasko can sing, Magasko can write music, Magasko can do beats, Magasko will do everything. But Magasko right now is so contented with 11 way day. We are not sure say they make any plans again for go more than that. What can we actually do to change this mindset for community? We never see people that they get quality like Jovi them, like all the guys them, Daphne them, Asaba them, Mr. Ella them, Mr. Leo them, Salatier them, all the guys that they get so much quality. Yet they do things that they only limit them. They do things that they only limit them to, oh, when you show up for Kumba, all man know you Jovi. You show up for Bamenda, all man know you Jovi. You show up for Yaoundé, some few people they can't take picture of you, and that is it. No, we are looking for people that will leave Cameroon, go out to Africa and dominate. Leave Africa, go out to the world and dominate. This mentality where they even run around with continent, with communities now first of all, one Africa. So anytime you show up anywhere, you present yourself as African, you have done music that people can relate with, it's easy for people to show up and do whatever they have to do to support you. But we don't get a plan. We for our community don't get a plan. Magasko close to 16 years career. Magasko never do one major concert. No be for Kumba, no be for Bamenda, no be for, I mean say, do something really, really big, single-handedly. The guy need to think about them. It only waits now say, if you don't want to do a single-handedly, join we amend them. Gather on a 4, on a 5, on a 6, on a fill up stadium them for Cameroon. It goes to show now so you perform for 180-man crowd. Una go from Fandena, una take Fandena, even on a 5 or on a 10, una fill up Fandena. When you perform, it goes to show now you perform for a fill up 80-man capacity stadium. And you know the noise you're going to make around Africa? Look at Fally concert. Fally bring almost all man for stage. Yusundu, Luka Kanza, Tek, Buba, the man, all kind of person. Because that way it be plan the concert and everything, it be make the people then say, I beg when I let me fill up the place. I will give on a spot, I will give on a stage also. Any person with the struggle for work you want, you get a limit to which way you can do them. Every time you start bringing people in and showing them their role and showing them how they can benefit from whatever thing you're doing and showing them how you see them a project. So now all we get them. Now so you chop, now so you chop, now so your grandpicking go chop. Now so once the number started increase, whether you like it or not, this person will get breakthrough. My bad on something. You never ask yourself why Kofi Olomide is one of the most popular African artists from last generation and even this generation, and Petit Pays now one of the most popular for Cameroon from last generation to this generation. That two people they get one secret. Kofi Olomide had Kate Lateng, Petit Pays had Sam Visa. Member say Kate Lateng na for dewe Fally Ipupa komod. Member say Sam Visa na for dewe Sami Diko komod. And member say these groups them at every time they get about 20 to 30 people. These 20 to 30 people are already promotional na marketing team that. And so as time they pass, they kick someone out, they bring new generation. They kick someone out, they bring new generation. So at every time for Petit Pays in life, he get a marketing team in-house where they promote all your music them. The same way with Kofi Olomide. We sign Magasko o marketing team day. Jovi began o marketing team, he burn them down. Salatier began o marketing team, he burn them down. Mike Monster had a marketing team, he burn them down. Look at the way Mike Monster be the trend, that will be there with Touch City and all the others them. And then look at the way they train right now. Right now, it is struggle. Anytime we choose for be you, it's difficult. Now, the reason that we see Kosi, they play with building relationship, building networks. Look at Stanley Eno career. That way be the make I be King Kong, I be this. He want go for Sarkodie, he want go for Two-Face, he want go for Davido. He realize say man, this thing be the hard though. He come back for Cameroon, he do my way, he bring Tizzy Panchak, he bring Daphne, he brings some industry stakeholders and boom, Stanley Eno blue. Stanley Eno career skyrocket, go back for up. I really hope people like Magasco can realize the potential they have, take the responsibility, take the risk, do it in a way in 5, 6, 7, 10 years. If you make them fill up a start, even if they don't want to fill up start for France, may they even fill up for small Congo where they for Conakry or Gabon, where they do French relay. It's possible. Go listen to Magasco catalog. Magasco is one of the artists away for Yaoundé. They like it, so they have grace. What is stopping him? Panjomo Kevin. We'll talk about Panjomo Kevin for N. We'll talk about Panjomo Kevin for N. And it's going to be a shout out to everyone who is watching. Let me know where you're watching from, please. When I drop comment, I beg when I drop comment. Caro Beng Lilian just come over drop a movie. Title of the movie is Down South, and I never watched the movie completely. I don't watch, I think, the first 25 minutes, and it's wonderful. Shout out to you, my sister. Shout out to you, my sweetheart. You are so talented, and you're not just talented. You are a community-oriented person. You're always thinking about my community. That film is actually a documentary for me. For me, that is how you document activities the way it happened during your era. For make sure so when we not there for you anymore, people if you watch, and then they be like, wow, so that thing will be happen. If you look at the production and everything, now millions upon millions spent. And this lady just taking the movie directly, Jogo put it for YouTube. I don't know how much she's making from her YouTube, but I know she they make some crazy amount of money from YouTube. Maybe the hope say just investing in YouTube, investing in putting these projects out there, maybe in the long run, it go give something, it go benefit something. But until then, we get for applaud, we get for support. Find time go watch the movie, and don't only watch the movie, share it with other persons. For those who they don't always complain, oh, when I daily act film, when I put answer on a cupboard, oh, when I daily act film, when I live on for year, oh, when I only act film, the money they ever see them, oh, when I daily can do movie premiere, take the film there, go throw it under bed. Caro, Stephanie Toom, and many others they on the post Cameroonian movies for YouTube now for more than a year. I'm telling you, good quality movies. I'm talking about movies they spend millions upon millions for doing. But once they finish with the project, they throw it out there. They throw it out there on YouTube. Like I talk, I did do content, I did do YouTube, I did do and all of this stuff. I feel better when I say that woman they didn't make those people didn't make any money from posting these things on YouTube. For them, maybe not legacy. For them, maybe not their own community building projects. That the question now is, how is the community supporting them? How is the community empowering them? How is the community making them feel like, oh, I want really do another one now? For Caro, it wish be then I made a video hit 100K views in 2 days. If I hit 100K views in 3 days, which is not bad, but we can do more. We can do more. Like, what would he do? What would we like? Why would waste time? Sometimes you don't even have for click. You know, if just find time, play the video. You come on you for as you go. As you go to for that 2 hours, you want come out the video, don't play from the beginning to the end. You don't help your algorithm. Now, when you get time, you should know with your family. When you even go for friends, for strangers, their houses, you go visit and stuff like that. When they see me, you wait for you. Oh, do you guys have YouTube? Can you play me this particular movie? That is how you support them. As of now the very, very first way they like talk about their projects, talk about them, talk about their channel, share and share and share. Then for some time, when at some point in time when you get money, then you start put money for you, start put money for them. Like I talk, Karuna, one of that Cameroonian investors. Karuna, one other thing people they even talk about the project. The fact say it's a major project, but and she's a very good actress, but put herself at the front of the project. No, now other persons like my small sister, my picking him and my small sister, my picking Faith Fidel. We see now them the headline the project, we see now them the lead the project. That is how it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be about you. It's supposed to be about what can we actually do to push our community to that place where it deserves to be. Am I the best person for this job? Am I the best person for this role? If you know you're not the best, shift for corner. And if I'm the best person, do the work you give for do. And like the reason that God give you that resources. Tapang Ivo. Tapang Ivo Tanku. One person I get so much love for, one person I have so much respect for, one person sometimes when I look at his qualities, smart young man, experience with especially media. But then when I look at the way it use a gift, I start to ask myself, what did it happen with our community? Why is it so difficult to see somebody who is blessed, who is gifted, and they don't just decide for use their gift for do just positive, and positive? This is not me saying Tapang the only use the gift for negative things, no. But sometimes there are things he do, or there are things he will post, or there are things he will say. I worry because coming from somebody who has a PhD, coming from somebody who's in the diaspora, coming from somebody who so many people look up to, so many younger ones look up to, I start to worry. Some situation happened with community the other day. I see Tapang a post. He can post better Tifmanwe he put a name for Netflix than Tifmanwe thief for money it stay for office or whatever situation. I read the post, I'm just like, yeah, you think so you make sense, and maybe you really make sense, but that is you actually endorsing some certain kind of things. And for that kind of situation, sometimes they be just should you quiet. Just should you quiet. Because at the same way, behind family, to the talk say better thief man way it thief money for can help a family, for support a family, than thief man way it thief money for go enjoy with girlfriend them. Where it means say the same way they celebrate thief man way thief money, but yet it put for Netflix. Now the same way so other person do will feel like, okay, I feel celebrate my brother for the money the way they thief am, after the thief and can't help our family, can't feed our family. Why do you think when they appoint person minister for Cameroon, it been a whole level of celebration? It been a family meet, it been a BB event. Because family knows the time don't reach me that mango thief money can give you also. You know how many Cameroonians they did for diaspora here? Their papa them or whatever be they work for government somehow, and they actually thief money for government and sponsor them to university, and they did for year now. Do you think it's a fair thing? Say money where they be sent and say me they divide them for how they call them or honor rule, or maybe buy picking them, gift them for school, or maybe I don't know, money for sponsor picking them for school. How they call them this thing when they send you for school for free, and scholarship money. So for 10, 20 picking them, so one man go tip them sponsor you one picking. Most of the time that they're picking they fed door very badly. Do you think it's a fair thing? But guess what? Their family is actually celebrating them. So for me, when I see that Tapang Ivory post, say, oh, better Tifman way it put we for Netflix than Tifman way it whatever. For me, I'm just like, bro, sometimes just don't talk you anything, just should you quiet. Rather than celebrating something way, because you coming from you Tapang Ivory, especially with the influence you get, especially with people knowing so you did for America, especially with people knowing, say, you be doctor now, you be PhD. Anything you open your mouth talk, it count for community. Now, I talk about count for community. The next question is Tapang still Amber or is Tapang now Cameroonian? Because when you look at his activities, if you look at the things the way they do around, you look at the pose the way they make them, sometimes it is sound Cameroonian, sometimes you can go back and say, oh, no, it be Amber. Like, it just did back and forth. My brother, stand one place. Stand one place, more no okay, now for you stand. Now the way this way you think, and the way, I say today you talk, you sound like you be Cameroonian. The other day you talk, you sound like you know you be young, go you back for Amber and things like that. You did confuse we. Me personally, I feel like Tapang na one of that leaders of community we I for feel look up to. Where I for feel tell my picking say, hey, see that guy, follow him. But if you look at Is he even consistent? If you look at the way it move from side to side, you start asking yourself, okay, wait till it happen. Talking about if he stand one place, whether he didn't for Amber or he didn't for Cameroon. If you look, he post them recently. If you listen to the way he talk recently, he sounds more like he don't give up on the Amber thing. He is now a Cameroonian. That is how he's sounding more. The question now is, now, do you want him not only for Tapang and the talk? Most of these former Amber loyalists, where they don't decide to come back for Cameroon, they don't decide to be Cameroonian again. Is it fair for them to just come back and just come and sit and just start enjoy their Cameroonianness again? Is it fair for them to just walk back home like a prodigal son and just start enjoy Cameroonianness? Me personally, I feel like out of courtesy, out of respect, out of love, out of you being an honest and sincere person, if you don't be an Amber loyalist to that level, will be even hold certain position, them spokesman of this, general this, do you want the one, at least when you want to come back home, make a formal apology. Make a formal apology. At least talk to the people the one don't hurt them all this time. Talk to the people the way when I don't push their family, when I throw their family under the bus. You know if you do all the things they want to do them. Now, I need to talk to people like Tapang, they were directly involved. No. You understand? But at least you were friends with people like Eric Tato. You were friends with some kind of people. We know you guys were the ones that were up there. Now, I be make the decisions. Mind you, Tapang don't come for Toridey. I tell you what's the meaning of black leg is to call me black leg. I even remind you on my platform, say, Tapang, you know, say you calling me black leg is actually throwing me out there for vultures to eat me. He say, you know, mine, you know, care. Shall be black leg. And then all of a sudden, you're coming back to the community where you don't castigate people, you don't condemn people, you don't throw people under the bus, and you want just work at you freely and okay, and just can't don't like nothing ever happened. Like I talk, this is not only to Tapang. They did so many of even the one day they be inside closet, where they be finance them, where they be do one, they be encourage them for their own ways. I think it's only a good thing for us or for you guys to come out and formally make an apology. Formally make an apology, and then you can come back and sit. That with the groom, and maybe they always tell me, say, Nasako, when you commit a crime or you do a sin or you do whatever thing that is bad, especially against someone, the least you should do is apologize to them. And an honest apology is acknowledging your wrongs, pointing out your wrongs, and making promises that you're never going to do that anymore. Now, when it comes to your punishment, you don't dictate, you don't suggest, you don't imply. No. You leave and make the person decide what they want to forgive you. You leave and make the person decide what they want to punish you, how the person want to punish you or whatever. You don't have any take on that. You don't even come in and just walk in and sit down because you feel you don't already apologize. No. You get for ask the people, they say, I feel come back after you don't apologize and everything. I feel come back for community, when I accept me, when I take me. But these guys they don't feel like say they don't owe no man any apology, they don't owe no man anything, and they don't come back. They talk politics, they talk who will be president, who will not be president. They talk how Tapang even to have me Agbo Gibet go congratulate the other person who win award or witty. As you have an opinion in things that are happening within the Cameroonian community, forgetting all of a sudden that you are actually part of the people where if they make decisions, we put the community with the kind of crazy, chaotic place we did. Yeah, we hear because yourself spokesman for this, spokesman for that. This person is representative. He don't talk so many times. Say when this did and happened, Agbobala called me, Agbobala called us. I get video for Toridey. We did an interview. Like I talk, me personally, I don't forgive Tapang. Like I talk, I love him, I respect him. I really wish he can become a different leader because I feel like he has so much potential with our community. But again, when I turn around, especially when I devo some place, I hear the way people they talk about ye for he back, way day for day. I just be like, damn, I wish this guy can just do the right thing. Not only him, so many of them. Una just find time, do a formal video, do a formal apology, put it out there, and then community will decide wetin dey happen. But for una go feel say after all the chaos we una create am, after all everything will happen, una just work on a small, una just can shit on. I feel like that disrespect is even worse. I feel like that disrespect is even worse. Talking about award ceremonies, like Tapa me they talk the other day, me Agbo Gibet and some other person, may they go congratulate Can Quintus for award we win them and things like that. And then Agbo Gibet can Canto say, oh, me as CEO for Didi that, and if you congratulate person on the award, and Tapan come back and say, oh no, if you congratulate person, the award will already be given to the person. So you're just congratulating them. It's not like whatever your congratulation, it go kind of like uh normally you coming to congratulate them is not going to sway votes or influence votes and things like that. Where it makes sense, um it brings me to award ceremonies, not only in Cameroon, not only in Africa, even around the world. Are they even valued? Do they even have that power? Are they even transparent? Who they vote? Sometimes they'll say popular vote. Sometimes they say, oh, they don't choose some particular members, particular group of persons. We now then get it right for votes. Now then they watch the movies. Now then they decide and all of that. You start ask yourselves, okay, the people the way they choose, where they vote, because no matter what system that is put in place, there's always that weakness. Where you say, in a population vote, people decide vote based on their village, based on how they know the person, based on how they'll benefit from the person and things like that. So they need even end up choosing the right movie or the best music or the best this and that. When you choose now some particular group of person, you say, okay, the one then are professional them. Men are this professional then decide where to be best. That professional they don't choose maybe a handful, maybe 50 of them. Where are they coming from? What is their background? What do they understand things about the world, around the world? So if you put an American movie, you put a Cameroonian movie where they do one for pigeon, and then an American, the one listen, watch that two movies them for analyze and tell which one be the best. First of all, pigeon movie no for understand how you want to talk if the pigeon movie really be good with message. So for those who they say, oh, Sako, will never see you congratulate this person on their award or congratulate that person on their award. Now, because for me, at the end of the day, I just feel like all these award ceremonies and whatever, I don't have that much. I don't know if I should say respect or value for them. I just feel like at every given time, not just a specific group of persons don't decide that the team be best. Is that thing really the best? It is good. It is okay. But I don't think in most cases you feel qualified for be the best. There was a whole controversy about what is that award? AMVCA, where it just come over happen for Nigeria. We can't win to see film win. I think best, what they say, local language film or whatever thing. And that's another thing about award ceremonies. They'll create community or they'll create small half, maybe community category. Sometimes go be where if they want to give person award, they will create some particular category, twist them, so they give award because of that category. And then maybe after 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, the category disappear. That's why for me, all this whole, oh, the man don't win the award, oh, that man don't win the award, it not really be important for me anymore. This whole award ceremony palaver, now you don't bring the biggest division they will get them for our community. Might give you a simple example. Caro if he come over drop him down south, I think he come over win best movie for Kamif. If I'm not mistaken, he win best movie or he win something for Kamif. Now, Mabandana another Cameroonian movie, but another Anglophone, he not win best movie for Kamif. But he win for what's it? AMVCA. He win for D. When a bigger platform, my talking that way. The question now is, where should be the criteria where Caro a movie win for Kamif, but if he win for AMVCA? Wait till the criteria where they full and way. Can Quintus movie win for AMVCA, but you no win for Camif. You start getting like, oh, can Quintus maybe submit a movie? Oh, the man maybe do this. Oh, Caron be submit a movie for day. Oh, the man, like, at the end of the day, is that how it's supposed to be? Or they will get some people in place, a transparent board in place where whether you submit movie or not, they will bring your movie. If your movie is the best, they will give you the award. We are talking about the best. We are not talking about the best way to submit a movie. On the criteria that best way to submit a movie. It means that one day some criteria will be say the best way to submit a movie and they give more choco. So for me, when it comes to these awards, whether movie, whether music, whether all of these things, I don't really like them. I don't really cherish them like that. I don't really value them like that. Especially because I don't realize that the thing that way it put we at loggerheads, it put we at punching, okay, this man the fight, that man the fight. And then before you know it, we'll start dragging down our community. I remember growing up, when you talked about sports, it was running, it was football, it was handball, it was volleyball. Back in the days when you even talked about sports, we did not look at it like a career. We just looked at some exercise. Most people ever said go exercise when they go do sports. That was it. Um, it's crazy how you grow up and you realize for most of these sporting activities, it was a possibility to make a career from. Some of we were lucky. We actually chop small money from our talent, from our sporting activity over the follow on. But I know so many people, especially back home, who were so talented, yet they never exploited their talent. Either because their parents were like, oh no, go to school, go to school, go to school, or they did not even know that they could make something from their talent. Nowadays, it's different. It's getting better. People are getting to realize or getting to know that you can actually live from your talent, whether na football, whether na witty, whether na witty, whether na witty. Now, this whole conversation they go now towards the amount of or the number of different sporting activities where it exists now for this world. You go on YouTube, on Facebook, on social media every day. There is one activity where you realize and say, do you want to know sports? Suited some man, they make money from the feed family and things like that. You go for India, they get their own. By the way, cricket is the biggest thing for India. Cricket now one of the activity they way for their final day, for their biggest stage, they get the highest number of views as opposed to many other sports that they exist around the world. Cricket. But cricket is not popular in Cameroon. I'm not even sure most of you grew up knowing what cricket was. When we hear cricket, you be knowing that one way the entire way they chop and catch and chop up fufukon. But cricket is a sport. It's huge out there, even in America, it's huge. So you grow up, you start see all these different sporting activities, and you see someone go drive so expensive motor can pack and say, "Nama walk the way I do." Nama, and you're like, "Wow, what is happening? What is actually happening?" Then I realized, say, at some point in time, for different communities, like for America or every other rich community, there was this sport that was discovered, and somebody found a way to make a business from it, and so added value to the whole thing. And then before you know it, people that work and slap people saying a sport. As in the one, they never even stay where they discover them. Sports when are slapping. You slap me, I slap you. Once see my way go stand up strong. Bro, if you look that sport there, you be like, and people they make money from. And before you know it, they will market them, they will package them. They will make up so kind of before you want to know them, in the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years. Every person where he practice that sport, they make less than 1 million, 2 million, $10 million a year. Now money that way some of you could die, will never work for a nursing job or a doctor job or a this, that, will never work for 1 year. It brings me to high time we start educating our kids. It is high time we start telling our kids life is about making money, not about how you make the money, so long as the money we make can be legal. Because that's the reason why you were sent to school. Go ask your papa, then go ask your mommy. The main reason they send you for school and say, may you go learn book, so you fit get work, so you fit start make money, so if you take care of yourself, you take care of them when they're old, and then you train your own picking the two, and then the circle continue. That was the reason why most of us were supposed to go to school. But Bamileke people, Igbo people, them, they don't realize and since Chinese people them say no, it must only been about going to school, not about making money. So if the pikin go being a boy, the pikin do not student, at the end of the day go make you money. When time go reach, they don't teach you the basics about school. You don't go to primary school. You know for reading, you know for writing, you know for do math, you know for use a calculator. That's it. If you like for one further education, because when they work at talk English, that's it. That was what most Bamileke people did. Their papa and their grandpapa they no go school, but they make sure that they don't make their money. They send their own pikin and through school. Now, what way at the moment, the Bamileke is now one of the richest community, whether financially or educational wise. If I want to count how many Bamileke doctors they for America, not only America, even around Cameroon. I mean, PhD them. You know, believe. But now people in Nigeria, just 20, 30 years ago, most of them were considered, oh, they need to go to school, oh, they need to work for government, oh, they own only business, they own only business. They know if you talk English, they know if you talk French. But today is different. My point I say waiting. We community can get to that place we understand, first of all, say sporting activities can be a career. So encourage this picking them for invest time in, especially if you don't discover some picking be talented in. And then second of all, let these kids know life is about making money. So long as you make the money legally. If the picking no say if you make money now for this, so long as it's legal. See, the 1 billion kind of different ways in there for make money. You don't ever understand. I don't stay next to some place where you need to come off for your house. You need to do no, you know, hear no noise, no nothing. But if they tell you how much that small girl they make them every day, he tell me say they make no less than $3,000. It is just she do it for life. It is tell people then tap your skin. He say, hey, wait you answer. You say you tell us you want see na nyash. He show you nyash more. He small. He wait you answer. You say you want see na nipi. He show you he small. Now all that way they do it onto a bed. He dey chop, he drink, he keep himself clean, do his nails, do his hair, all of that stuff. He make more than $3,000. Now, if you go for our community, they'll tell, hey, taboo. You never do that kind of thing. Now we no bring balok for family. No bring balok for family. Are you serious? This is 2026. For me, the education will get for Sagi picking and I say so long as it's legal. Go ahead and do you. If you feel comfortable in your skin, you feel comfortable in, and go ahead and do you. People they only find money for areas the way they be talented, where they be loaded. Now, one of the biggest challenge I would get out of a community because they don't put it inside some box. Oh no, you will only be lawyer. Oh, you will only be doctor. Oh, you will only be nurse. Then, now me that I force myself for business when I was until I never ever dream for be. Now my brother that the force himself for be a pilot when I was until he never ever like him. Like we jump into careers because they don't tell us that the only way that we can get money, and then with the force. Yeah, sometimes we're even making the money, but are we happy? No. In most cases, we are not. But because they don't tell us, oh, now the way that, now the thing that we work for America, we all there for them. I know people that they get a saloon for America, but they make 7 figures every 6 months. I know people in a doctor, they struggle for paying me $200, $300. I do them small short video for 30 seconds. Like I talk, there is so many careers out there. Find the one where you're picking be interested in. Encourage you, may do them to the top, and you go make money. I watched Michael Jackson in movie the other day, bro. I was like, whoa. When I was going to watch this particular movie, I thought it was going to be more of entertainment. Him dancing, him doing his thing, him dressing, him do all of that. But then when I watched that movie, I realized it was more educative than it be entertaining. The Michael Jackson movie is a blueprint to any talented person we want to succeed. And by talented person, I mean everyone. Whether you do want to go to school, because another thing that the before we say for go school, no, for go school na talent, for read na talent, for read, understand, write exam, cram that in the past na talent. Just like for play football, just like for do mechanic, just like for do any of these things, na talent. Na talent. I beg you now, if you never watch the Michael Jackson movie, especially if you be family man, gather your picking, gather your woman, gather your family, una find times you don't watch them again and again. That movie is so educative. I was like, whoa. Like I said, the Michael Jackson movie is a blueprint. If you watch that movie, you go realize why you do for the level where you do for life, the place where you do for life. You go understand, say, oh, it means that because of this reason. If you know understand or not, then I don't know what to talk. But the movie be spelled out so simple for we when you watch that movie, you realize, oh, I did for the level now because of this and this and this and this and these reasons. Why are they for the level? I know one shouldn't ever do a review of the movie. I know one shouldn't ever talk about the things that I like about the movie and the things I don't like and the lessons that I learn from the movie. All I will say is go and watch the Michael Jackson movie. Watch them with your family. Watch them with your close friends. Watch them with different people. If you be employer way, you get workers. Go watch them with your workers. So certain things they need to understand. I'm just watching that movie. Michael Jackson, I realized in life. Now one of that thing the way if you feel like say, oh, everything will just fall in place. Then I lie. Everything did not just fall in place. The guy was intentional. The guy was intentional from day one. He stayed focused all through his life, continued to be disciplined, knew exactly what he wanted, and knew exactly how to go for what he wanted. Like I talk, if you never watch the Michael Jackson movie, go watch that movie. I know watch you one. Or find time watch you one, then find time go watch with your family, then find time go watch with your friends. That way, when you start behaving some certain way, your friends already understand why you behave that way. They don't sit and start, oh, Sako, you need to carry for here. Oh, Sako, you need to go for day. Oh, no, I'm just focused. I'm trying to build something. I'm trying to build Toridey. I struggle for build it to a day inside my head with no resources. Michael Jackson came from a very broke family. But then how managed you to reach that place? He do reach. At some point in time, they put black people that music for MTV. But Michael Jackson bill way to a bill he used them for bargain. Now so black people that music have go for MTV randomly. I don't want to explain that movie. I don't want to talk more about that movie, but just go watch them and thank me later. I don't watch them. I still plan to go watch them again one of these days. I think tomorrow or Thursday I still go watch them again. On Sunday I get to watch them like 3 or 4 or 5 times before I leave and so. Because I notice movies like that, when every time you watch them, you can connect some other dots. Every time you watch them, you connect dots them. Every time you watch them, you connect dots them. One of the things the way I sit sometimes and I smile about our community, I sit and I'm happy. I sit and I'm just like, thank God these things happen. Now the palava intermarried. But forget don't go for Bansolan, go get doggy for the carry belly. Nkwen pikin, don't come go for Kusiri. Go collect doggy for the carry belly. Some limbe pikin don't travel go Nigeria. Go serve doggy for the carry belly, born. Some person don't come out Africa, go for Jamaica, born. The one don't come over here, go for here, go one on a doggy, on a chimpanzee, on a tweety, born. Back in the days when these things were happening, people did not pay attention. And most of them were just happening because some people wanted to take advantage of others. Maybe they had the opportunity to just sleep with this man or sleep with this girl. Mistakenly, they enter before you know it, they never move them, they don't burn and things like that. But if I look at how those things don't hold our community closer and tighter, I did thank God. I remember growing up, some of we will be Bafo and will be Oroko. They will call we join blood for community. When you want to go meet you about four border for talk, they say, hey, you shift for they be join blood. You know, get no. You want to go for your Oroko border for talk, they say, hey, you shift for you be join blood. They treated us like we were outcasts. But guess what did happen? Today, now we will be outcasts. We will get join blood. Bamenda, South Kumba, Anglophone, Francophone, Cameroon, Nigeria, Africa, Europe, Africa, India. That picking they get join blood. Now we be the foundation of which way you can actually call a united world. A world where some person if it discriminate against other. I want to discriminate against people, say, I forget join blood. So it's difficult for me to even want to segregate, to want to put people to the corner. I will tell some person the other day, say the easiest way for kick out racism or anything. Now for make sure, say, for every family, one or two white people in the way they marry the bomb picking, or every family, one or two black people in the once you start cross that line, you start see people, they start kill that their racist mindset, that are tribalistic mindset. Once Bangi don't marry Bakweri don't go marry it Nso don't go marry Ewondo don't go marry Hausa, the one don't go, once you don't mix them, there is no going back. Because every time you want open your mouth for Coach Bamenda man, and then remember, so you get Bamenda person for your family. We either marry your family member or you already marry your sister, so they give bells to don't born picking and things like that. You just be like, I cannot go down that road. The same thing with people from Northwest. The same thing with Anglophones and Francophones. The same thing with Cameroon and Nigeria. It's difficult for me to sit and criticize Nigerians because I know so many Nigerians who I grew up with they held me throughout my life. And I should say, even them was how they did. When you talk about Cameroon, and then they remember how they did Cameroon, how Cameroon gave them everything they have. They no fit ever play. Like I talk, the best thing we don't have for our community, now the intersex, intermarriage, inter this way they happen, inter boyfriend, girlfriend, inter did that. It no matter how they happen, whether they're married, whether they're boyfriend, girlfriend, whether they be even broke heart or whatever, they especially that one the way picking me come out. Now it is the whole community strong today. If nobody that picking them, that join block picking them, all thing for those scatter, all man for the go your own corner. But because that picking they exist, it go go outside, it go go that side, go can this side, and we they will plenty soon. So no way, no day they even drive we, no way they even cast we. And as to increase, that's so we blur the lines them and blur the lines and blur the lines. Shout out to every person we, especially those of us or those of you where at some point in time people made fun of you because you were join blood. You did not come from one direct lineage, one tribe, or no. You either come from Northwest, Southwest, or Kumba Boya, I mean Bakweri, Bafo, or Bangwa, and so, or Cameroon, Nigeria. That people, the way they mix. Shout out to each and every one of you. I know how difficult situations when I feel don't be true, when I feel don't go through. But remember and have it at the back of your mindset that because of people like now, would the world to be peaceful? The world is moving forward towards one world we, no matters how we go. You see, nowadays it's easy for people to say, oh, Africa need to eliminate all those boundaries. Now, because there's so many people in Nigeria, when are Cameroonian them. So many people in for Cameroon and Nigeria them. So many people in for Ghana, when are South Africans. So many, it no matter how they push this whole divisive ideas, there's always that person within them way because of which we don't do them. You feel like, oh no. Masality ne work again. Work again. My prayer and I say, may more girls them from Kumba, they go collect doggy for Ghana. My prayer and I say, may more girls them for Ghana, they pass go for South Africa, go give chimpanzee style, take picking for them. My prayer and I say, may more Africans, travel around the world, and don't only get married to Africans, get married to people from other races. That way, with the intermix, you teach them your culture, you educate them on who you be and all of these things. And now so it scrap that mentality of, oh, Kuma people then are rascal, the one then are this, the one then are that one then are that. When you start living with these people, you start spending now. And if you overlook the fact, say some people then too from these different tribes, now there are bad ways, the bad things that they do, it makes other group of people they look them so kind of way. But I can bet you in every group of person, there's just a 1% or 0.0000% that is negative. You cannot use that small percentage to qualify the whole. However, now the responsibility of every group of persons for go out there and educate the world about them, about their culture, and about everything where they stand for. In most cases, almost everyone stands for something beautiful, something positive, something global. Make a responsibility for you to go out there and teach. I don't know how to address the particular topic, but I need to talk about that. I'm going to talk about this one first. So I am actually Oroko and I am Bafo. And for a very long time, I really did not identify with this group of persons because I grew up with people from other communities. So that whole tribe thing never ever been my thing. You hardly hear me brag about being Oroko for a year or brag about being Bafo or anything. I just don't, I just did not look through that lens. But whether we like it or not, that is where we come from. That is where our ancestors come from. That is our bloodline. So we get for at some point in time acknowledge them and teach people about where we are coming from and the beautiful things about our culture. This year or late last year, I decided to join the Bafo meeting, and I'm actually making plans to join the Oroko meeting also for Dallas and go in there. We're having conversations, and it's interesting. There's always going to be one or two persons we go say this or that way if it throw you off, but at the end of the day, now so you to use doctrine throw people off. So we're gonna find a way to live as a group of persons. Shout out to Bafo president for Dallas, my brother Balimba, wonderful guy, doing wonderfully well to bring people together, doing wonderfully well to push the Bafo culture to the world, to teach the world who the Bafo man is and how they can benefit and exploit who we are. Bafo convention they come, it will be for Atlanta. I think I'll be there not only because I want to just meet my people, I want to bring a lot of strangers in and have them enjoy our culture. And not just that, I want also make sure they are votes because elections they come. Now, talking about elections, one of the things that we really don't try to do for years now for make sure see when our associations them get elections, when our associations them they get anything we get to do with vote or choosing their leaders, we can start having debates like they do on presidential election for America, like every other election for America, not only presidential election. They organize town halls, they organize debates where these two people come and sell their policies to the public. I don't try to do enough for our community for a very long time, and it's kind of like slow. Either people will tell you how we no one do I no one do me video, oh I no one be me for this, I no one be me for that. Until last year, I hosted a debate of the Oroko people, and it was so interesting to see two candidates come out there and articulate their points, articulate their policies, and explain their strategies, and just talk and challenge each one another. And if you look at the progress and the growth, because that's one reason why I'm going back to join the Oroko people. If you look at the progress, the way they are meeting don't change, the way we don't structure things, and now you realize, say, because the guy become make some certain promises and publicly, he do everything possible for keep them. These things are necessary. And like I said, Toridey would already build a platform, whether equipment wise or anything, for handle situations like that. Look at it like a debate. Now, one of that moment where if you use them for not only educate people from your direct community on which way you plan for do for them, but also sensitize other communities on who you guys really are. During debate, especially if it's healthy debate, maybe that destructive one, the people they only want crush, people they only want insult. No, healthy debate, intellectuals, people with great minds having conversation, it paints a far more better picture of that community. That's the reason why every community should be looking to, if you're going to vote, if you're looking for any elections, there need to be a debate. And if that comes up, let us know. Toridey will do everything possible for organize a professionally done something. What organization to be professionally done for where other communities can look and be like, wow, we like the way Cameroonians they do the thing. It is very, very possible. Very, very possible. So yeah, I'll be in Atlanta for local convention, and I really hope to, even before that time, because I see some people they be like, oh, but when I just leave out, I do the debate one, I don't reach Atlanta. No, do the debate now where people get like 2 months or 3 months for decide. People get like 2 or 3 months for decide who will be their leader. That way, when the person don't articulate it projects for them, they fit start to study the person. They fit get like 1 month or 2 months again for study the person. No be say you do debate for night, tomorrow morning time again for vote. No, what if the person will lie the whole night and you don't get time for go fact check? But if you do a debate now, people then come out, put out their policies, put out their projects, articulate whatever thing they plan to do for their communities. It gives that their community 1 month, 2 months, at least, for study the person again before decide who you want to vote for. It is very, very possible, and I think it is something we should start to consider. Having debates, presidential debates, before any elections for our community. Toridey is out here, and we're going to help with that. If you look very well, you'll notice our community they grow, but in a very, very slow pace. I usually say our community is growing regressively, not only back home, even diaspora. And you start to ask yourself, what can really be the problem? Now, diaspora is completely different. We come from somewhere in. When we talk about development and we talk about growth, we always ask ourselves, what did happen back home? If you go look very well, the relationship between people back home and people in the diaspora for the last how many years or last how many months, it's only going down the drain. People for diaspora feel like people back home are lazy, people back home are exploitative, people back home they only come for you now when they want, people back home they need to support people for diaspora and things like that. People back home they look at people for diaspora like, oh, now all will be there for year, will be the chingari. Now you don't go for the office, you don't big. People for day they look at people for year like, oh, on already get money for day, on our own for just invest for year, do whatever thing for year, and they abandon. I'm not even look people back home feel like, especially when it comes to the crisis, especially for Norso, people back home feel like with people for diaspora, I don't cause them some pain within if ever. Because it's not funny when some man tell you are picking them in and no go school for 10 years now. And then the person they graduate with PhD, he picking they graduate with fine degree, them for fine school them and all of that. And maybe just one person, now almost all of them. So they tell you guys to not work. They go for CDC, they attack party, they work for CDC, yet they sell CDC oil for America. They tell you guys to not go to school. Like how old I don't go for school. Oh, man, they even travel, go to school, they attack them. Yet their own picking they do for school, they go for America, and them say they go for America, they go to school for America, they get degrees and all of that. So in most cases, people back home actually hold those of us in the diaspora accountable for the pain we don't go through for the last 10 years. I think about these situations and I'm like, demand the blame, demand. Is there a middle ground? Because if we don't find a middle ground, if we don't find a solution early enough for this, our community will stay. And the more it takes long for us to fix these things, the more the roots and the pain and everything, it'll go down deep. It bury itself deep enough for we it could cost we more for fix them. People for here, they don't want to invest them again back home. Nowadays, you'd even call someone back home for help you for some project or whatever, it will not answer your phone. We need to do something. We need to do something to remedy, to fix that relationship between those back home and those in the diaspora. If you look at it, the diaspora of every developing country, now the backbone of that country development. Look at India, look at China, look at South Africa, look at Nigeria, look at all of these developing countries that are emerging, that are growing really fast. You notice that their diaspora play a significant role, not only putting pressure on the government to do certain things, to change policies, to make things better, but also investing, and not only investing financially, but even their experience, things they don't learn outside. Until our homeland, until Cameroon build and restore a relationship with the diaspora, until our diaspora restore their relationship with Cameroon. I'm not saying Cameroon is to blame. I'm not saying diaspora is to blame. Both the diasporans and those with the day back home, they get a very, very important role for play. And until we fix that relationship, we can only continue for the waste resources. We can only continue for the waste with time. It's difficult to see somebody who is looking at where they're coming from and saying, oh, and no one ever coming for this. It's difficult also to see people who are back home just thinking that, oh, and no one ever travel go me one country. No. Now, if you want to come one country, you need to come for some place where people already know how to go, who side to go, where to do, and things like that. The same way we do for diaspora, if one go back home, we express may peace be, may stability be, may progress be. Or go back home, it should be fun. When you guys come out here, it should be fun. But if it ever happen, if the relationship is as bitter, as sour, as destructive as it is right now, we can do better. We lost a legend. We lost Banjo Mukivin. I call him Daddy. I was fortunate to meet him about a month or two ago when he visited the USA. One person who texted me one time and told me, appreciated what I was doing. And for me, coming from him was another level of encouragement. And he wanted us to work on certain projects. I was slow. And I know how America, they crazy America, you struggle for build this, you struggle for work money for PDB, for PDB, and things like that. Woke up the other day and Lindsay would on lossy. It's sad. It's sad, but I think that part needed to leave with any regret. He knew he impacted his community. He knows he blessed the community. He knows he work for a community. I don't know much about picking them. I don't know what he do for picking them, but he knows he serve a community. One of those persons, the way if you go to pictures, the way be the poster for social media, like he archived almost everything about life, especially for our Anglophone community. Whether na sports, whether na music, he was one of those persons who I'll get on the phone with him and we'll talk for 2 hours, for 3 hours, and he would just give me na story, na history, na this, na that, na names, na. And I was like, wow, I was really hoping to jump on some really serious projects with him. Unfortunately, I stalled, I delayed, and he's gone. Now, so the only thing we can take advantage of, now the books the way right time, now the videos the way we do them, now the interviews the way we do them, and all of that in them. That is the only places we can go to pull from and for use them now for continuity. A good reason why we should start as Africans, especially to start documenting our lives, to start documenting the little things you do. I remember one time I had a friend who asked me, he called me out of nowhere and he asked me, hey, Sako, wait, I want to ask you, say, all the two you do have Toridey, so you don't document and somehow. I said, what do you mean by documenting? He said, you don't actually like write about how you start your progress, how you achieve this, how you learn this. Write down somewhere about the things you know and all of that. I was like, I never think about that. He said, He said, that's how we start businesses, we start ideas. After some particular time, it disappears, and the next person can start from scratch. He actually encouraged me to go ahead and document everything I was doing. So that way, if for some reason in a play I die, I need the place I die now. But if for some reason I fall for year and no day, the next beginning video can pick another documentation and read and study and then know where to go with the project. That is how you build a community. The things the way Pa Njomo Kevin be do am. Mentor picking them, write books, teach, hold picking their hand, do this, all of those things, document as much as possible. That is what will help our community. Like I talk, if you ask my opinion, the power don't go by, I'm not sure say the power they get one bit. He knows say two way become for can do for the well, he don't do him and he do him very well. I really wish we can give him the burial he deserves. I wish the state can even come in to do something beautiful for him, but we know Cameroon. No. And the most they'll do, and they'll just say, sorry, Ashia, or they send some flag they put onto this thing. But he was a hero, Pa was a hero. Like I said, wonderful man. Wanted to meet me again, he try again and again. Even offer at one point in time, if you want, if you make plan come America, just meet me now, you meet up and things like that. But me, busy body, up and down and this and that. Until he actually come for you for say Pekin. And then call me, tell me, say, no, I really need for you this time around. I really need for you. And unfortunately, I want Google him. He was just like 10 minutes away. I go there, go shoot all story, videos and the we talk 10 minutes in if he tell me God, it's crazy. But yeah, he's gone. We can do something to keep his legacy. Continue for share his videos, continue for watch his videos, them, continue for tell people about him, continue for mention him not only to people in our community, but to people out of our community. I think I'll do one show we will just talk only about Pa Njomo Kevin. May his soul rest in peace. Whew, I don't lost Toxic. I lost Alex Ekubo. I lost Pa Njomo. That is how difficult life can get sometimes. I'm talking about people who dedicated their life in building communities. Toxic General, Alex Ekubo, Pa Njomo. The people with the same mindset that was always looking to create media companies, looking to what can I do to lift people up? Now that one did they go. Some miscreants the way they not get, use their own of work out, create trouble left and right. That one they did for yet strong. So they should don't strong so they ain't go no side. Again, thank you very much for this day. I think it was a fine show. See you guys on the next one.